August 2000, the Barents Sea, off the northern coast of Russia. Beneath these freezing waters moves one of the most powerful weapons ever built, the K-141 Kursk, a nuclear-powered cruise missile submarine, 118 men aboard, the pride of Russia's northern fleet. The Kursk had launched in 1994, a vessel of extraordinary capability. She carried up to 24 cruise missiles and 2 nuclear reactors. Her crew were experienced sailors, many of them veterans of Russia's post-Soviet military. This week they were participating in the largest naval exercises Russia had conducted in years. On the 12th of August, the Kursk was scheduled to conduct a practice torpedo launch, a simulated attack on a surface group. It was a routine exercise, the kind the crew had rehearsed many times. No one aboard had any reason to believe this dive would be different from the last. Deep in the bow section, inside torpedo compartment 1, the crew prepared a practice weapon, a Type 65-76A torpedo. It ran on highly concentrated hydrogen peroxide, an unstable propellant the Russian Navy had continued using long after Western navies abandoned it, a decision that would prove catastrophic. At 11:28 in the morning, a leak in the torpedo's fuel system ignited. The resulting explosion, equivalent to 100 kilograms of TNT, tore through the forward compartments. The crew in the bow section were killed instantly. But the Kursk did not die with them. 15 seconds later, the warheads cooked off. The second explosion was 5 times more powerful than the first, equivalent to a small earthquake, registering on seismographs as far away as Alaska. In an instant, the first 4 compartments of the Kursk were obliterated. Of the 118 men aboard, 95 died in the first 2 minutes. In the aftmost section, compartment 9, 23 men had survived. Trapped at the bottom of the Barents Sea in near total darkness, with seawater rising and oxygen depleting, they waited. Captain Lieutenant Dmitry Kolesnikov took out a pen. He began to write. The note read, "It is too dark here to write, but I will try by touch. It seems like there are no chances, 10 to 20%. Let's hope that at least someone will read this." He listed the names of the men beside him, 23 names. He sealed the note in a plastic bag and tucked it inside his uniform. On the surface, alarms should have sounded within minutes. The Kursk had missed its scheduled communication window. Then another. The Northern Fleet's command protocols required immediate emergency response. Instead, hours passed. 6 hours after the explosions, no distress call had been issued. No rescue operation had begun. President Vladimir Putin remained at his holiday residence on the Black Sea. He was informed of the incident, but did not return to Moscow for 4 days. State television aired no news of the disaster. The families of the crew heard nothing. The official position, the situation was under control. Norway and the United Kingdom had detected the explosions. Their seismic monitoring equipment had registered the blasts within hours. Both nations mobilized rescue assets, deep-water diving vessels, remotely operated vehicles, experienced saturation divers. They offered help immediately. Russia refused. For 3 days, Russia insisted its own rescue vessels were managing the operation. In reality, the Russian rescue submersibles were decades old and in poor repair. Every attempt to dock with the Kursk's escape hatch failed. The men in compartment 9 were still alive, and the clock was running out. On the 5th day, Norway's divers were finally permitted to operate. In under 1 hour, they opened the escape hatch, the same hatch Russian vessels had failed to reach for 4 days. Inside compartment 9, they found no survivors. The last of the men had died within hours of the explosions. In the naval town of Vidyayevo, the families of the crew were gathered in a community hall and told their husbands and sons and fathers were dead. When one woman began demanding answers, screaming at naval officials, she was sedated by a nurse and removed from the room. The moment was captured on camera. It was broadcast around the world. When Putin finally addressed the nation, he claimed the rescue operation had been conducted properly. He blamed the tragedy on chronic underfunding of the military and made no apology for the 4-day delay in accepting foreign help. Investigators would later confirm what the families already knew. Those days had made the difference between life and death. 118 men went to sea on the 12th of August, 2000. None came home. The note Dmitry Kolesnikov had written in the dark was recovered when the Kursk was finally salvaged a year later. It ended with a message to his wife. "Olya," he wrote, "I love you. Don't suffer too much." He was 27 years old.